Good morning and welcome to Tiny Hands Big Dreams with really cute pigs. Good morning, piggies. Where's the rest of you guys? There you are. Good morning, piggies. Big pigs. Hello, everybody. It's not a bad way to start the day. Now, the other way that we started the day was early in the morning. As I step out of my tent, I both hear and see our maracuya trellis go crashing down. It's funny, we just did a video. I don't think it's up yet, but we just did a video on how the trellis is doing. And we said, oh, it's not doing so great, but we really hope it will just survive for a while. Oh, it is supposed to be right here in this empty space. Oh, it's a sad day. What is a sad day? Too much weight, too much rot. We have a large job ahead of us to try to salvage any of this. I'm not really sure what the plan is. So that's our day. But first, we actually have to head to town to the clinic to get our rabies vaccine, which is not fun either. But it's necessary. It's better than getting rabies. So we're headed out to do that, and then we're going to come back and figure out what the heck to do with this mess. So we'll see how that goes.
Reporting today from the Ecuadorian homestead. What am I talking about?
I was just going to ask you what the plan was today. Now that we have done the clinic, adventure, fun time, wonderful experience of wonderfulness.
We are not people who enjoy things with needles.
Some of us less than others.
Some of us much less than others.
That would be me.
Yeah, so we went to the clinic. They're very nice. And we got our first, which is now second or first, there's debate, on our series of rabies vaccination, because while it's not particularly here and nothing's tested positive here, it is in neighboring valleys and it is somewhat close by. And because we have animals and we're in contact, rabies is not one you can fight. It isn't. It's like the most lethal virus on the planet. It's 100% fatality rate. So that's what we went with. So, and then we wake up to watching our maracuya collapse.
Yeah, I showed that already this morning.
Yeah,
it's sad.
There's
pathetic.
So much. It's like our most successful. So we're gonna try to save what we can. It's a big conglomerate structure. I don't know that it can be propped back up, and we may have to cut it back and let it regrow.
Yeah.
But at least save the root balls, because we have big, beautiful root balls that were growing good.
We have to fix tents.
We have to fix tents again. Because there's a flailing child who blew his up, and
flopping chicken.
Yeah, and they went through it. Oh man, that's big. It's big chayote.
I know, we have big chayote growing.
There's like huge chayote.
Spot the chayote.
Yeah.
Like, where's Waldo?
Yeah, we got a couple the other week. What was it? 2 pounds?
Yeah, there was one that was 2 pounds.
2 pound chayote. So delightful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we gotta do that. Continue building a house.
Building a house, dealing with goats.
Things.
Here we go. Crab sauce.
It was a very alarming way to start the day. Look at them.
That is so heavy.
There are so many. This was just loaded, and I guess
and not
that
just
was
that,
part of the problem.
But they're like extra tangy. They're heavier. Sometimes we buy them, and you're like, they're kind of light and they're pithy, and they don't have a lot of juice in them. Ours, like when she juices them, are like massively more juice.
Almost twice as much juice.
Almost twice as much. So they're heavy, and they're just, and they're more potent at that. So we're actually using a little less. Saved one.
And now they're just...
There's hundreds of them in here.
Yeah, I wonder how many dollars worth of maracuya.
It's 20, well, let's see, $15 to $25 a bag, depending on season.
The bag is around 90.
Yeah, depending on size. If they're bigger, you get like 80. If they're smaller, you get like 120. 90, 100 is kind of normal. Man, that's heavy. Feel that?
No, I know. Well, it's not that heavy compared to some of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like they've been really heavy lately. It's great. What are we doing?
Well, that's still sort of attached to there.
Not a lot attached.
This, no, but it's not. Yeah. I don't want it to pull out. Like, there's a lot of tension here. I can see them in the joint. They're panicked.
The ants?
Carpenter ants.
Oh, yeah.
So if we get a zoom on the woody joint thing.
On there, too, between my legs.
You see them down there?
That moving thing. Oh, there we go. Oh, they were living in there, weren't they?
Yeah.
Butts. Red butts. Oh, it's really bad, isn't it? This was the part I saw fall from outside my tent this morning. I don't know if it all came down at once or what, but...
Two.
Okay. I guess
I might.
Listen, normally we have plans. We can like look at a thing and figure out how to fix it. I don't know what to do.
So the normal answer is you cut it all back. You cut the plants all back. You build a new structure.
Do we have time or money to build a new structure?
Also, we lose the next 6 months of maracuya production, which has a cost.
Well, and we lose all the ones that are on there.
Like, we don't have money to buy maracuya.
I mean, no, it's not a life essential item, but pretty close.
It's literally a significant portion of what we drink.
Poo.
Maybe I might try to get the winch up here. If that's stable over there, I can grab this part and try to pull this back with the winch real carefully.
As long as you don't pull it so much that you pull it the other direction, like the stuff that's still standing, pull the other direction.
Yeah, but if I can kind of prop it up, and then maybe we can sort of take the tension off of it.
And of course, the vines are all tied to the strings that are now, all the blue strings that are now tangled in here.
Yeah,
everything's all tied together. Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, maybe some winch time. Okay, let's see. Previous repair. Ah, Flailamundo has blown out the side of his tent again. The tents are not gonna last much longer. But we have a significant amount of time until we can get a house finished. Yeah. Rightio. Patching it is. All right. There we go. Rough stitching is complete. And unfortunately, we now have to stop because while I have the glue, I do not have a brush. So we're going to have to wait a couple days to finish this up.
Flower petals. It's huge. Yeah. Where are you going? I'm going to the piglet. Sure looks like they like them. Mm-hmm. All right, we've decided to winch somewhere, somehow, in some hope of saving some amount. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to try to pull it awkwardly and then prop it up in a bunch of ways. Take the stress off the root balls.
Good old pull and prop.
And hopefully get through this run of fruit. It's more of the pull and pray.
Pull and pray? Oh no. Oh no. All right.
Ow, it didn't bite me more. And this,
Do you guys get spiked?
yeah, I got
Oh, blackberry.
eggs.
Yeah.
Oh, sneaky blackberry.
Oh,
We just assume that that post is really solid.
that's not solid at all. Yep, this post is moving like this. I'm gonna get out. I don't want it to fall on.
Yeah. It's supposed to be up here.
Oh my goodness! The wreckage.
The wreckage.
Wow, it's a wreck
Okay.
pile.
All right. Minutely better.
We're fine friends.
Fine, friends.
You're my friends.
Woo.
Can I use the clamp off the battery or no?
Just hold it.
Hi, Piglet.
Laugh at me. Giving the camera a little hat. Ooh, that one's a spider. I don't want a spider hat. Hey, you laugh all you want, but it works. It's a little leaf hat. Okay. Oh god, that's sad. We're gonna have to pull it this way.
Stop.
Like, it's not really very in the ground, but we're just going this way. We're gonna need to come this way.
I am busy.
I can't see you.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of men working.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh boy. Luckily, I don't take him very seriously.
Okay.
I was maybe just not expecting as much weight and as many ants, and they are really rude. That was all.
Whoa! Well, we got that sort of triaged. It'll hang there for a little bit longer. Not great. Harvest what we can. Eventually, we're going to have to go back and rebuild. It's nice that we finally rain stuff. It's been raining for hours. We're all feeling slightly ick from having immunizations. I managed to just nap sitting on the table. At the table? You're doing something. You go. Don't look at me. I'm trying to do a good job here.
Oh boy.
Turns out that the little mud bugs really enjoy fresh greens, like every other pig we've had, which is good for them. Technically, that's supposed to be 50% of their feed. It makes them healthy, it makes their poop not smell, it makes their, what is the...
Omega 3 to 6.
That's right. With enough green vegetation, it changes their omega-3/6 balance close to that of salmon, which makes for a delightful, healthy pig and a delightfully healthy meat at the end.
Also, they like it, and they're cute.
Yeah.
That's like banana flower petal.
Oh yeah. Banana flower petal. That's a good treat. But you only get like 2 a day off a tree when it's in bloom. There you go. Nothing's happened so far in the house today. We'll get there. It has been now over a month. Miss Pig has been ill. She has been on the ground for a month.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, you know. I don't think we've talked about it a whole lot.
We've been struggling just to try to keep her going, take care of her needs. We give her bottles of water. She's up to eating. There was weeks she did not eat. She gets wounds from laying on her side too much. She ended up down the hill, and we had to create a sling and get the winch and drag her back up because she does kick. Like she wants to get up and move. Who's a happy pig? Who's a happy pig? Hello there, Greenies. We're sitting here having breakfast, and Doggo goes nuts. He loses his cool in the biggest possible way and flips out. Doggo, he does that. What is it? Well, then we hear a vehicle. There's a road below us down there. We hear car doors, and then we hear machetes. There's a road over there. It goes up the mountain. Whack, 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 ching, ching, whack, whack, ching. Oh man, now we've thrown some trees over the hill. It's not a great road. What are they doing? And then it keeps going and going and going. We're like, no, there is serious intentional macheteing. So in my sweatpants, I put on my boots and I go walking on down there. Like, what in the world is going on? And I find out that it's actually one of our neighbors, carpenter, in fact, and a bunch of other dudes doing cleaning of the road and then the path that goes up the mountain. It's about an hour walk, which is the water system for the local town, which has apparently all mudded in again in the heavy rains and turned into a catastrophe. But the path is apparently getting pretty rough. So they get together as a community action. They call it Minga. And that is sometimes financial, everyone pitches in, or sometimes just labor. Everyone just gets together and just does it as a community. Like, our water system is borked and we have to fix it. So everyone like just gets together, whoever is able-bodied, and they do it. Bingo. I've heard it a couple of times since we've been here. It's you know, you always hear the question of like, oh, if there's no government, who would repair the roads and who would do this and who would... Bingo. People just decide it's important to them. They get together and they put the resources to fix it. Neat. So, lovely wife, what are you doing there?
Jerky.
Jerky.
Day 2.
Yeah. So we make beef jerky. It's a lovely snack. It's sometimes what keeps us going on trips, things, or it's my wife's secret food that she has for lunch
Secret
during
when
the day.
I tell you about it.
Yeah, yeah. It's not secret, I guess so. Anyway, we've totally done things on the old smoker and on the screens. And sometimes, yeah, we do this, and then that is part of our food source. It's good stuff. Every so often. All right, let's get it going. You ever just look outside and go, wow, that's a great crop of coffee we got growing on that there bush. Yep, tropical things. Okay, so we're over here because the child wants people to know that he actually does something. So he's asked that I video him doing a thing. Not that he may not stop as soon as I'm done videoing, but he's doing something now. So he's sifting sand. We made ourselves a little sorting screen with some scraps of cut tree bit. This is sand that we harvested from the river when it was all built up from the storm on the side. And we use that for our house walls. That's part of our daub mixture. But we got to get the big chunks out of it, and that's what he's doing there. So then this goes into a sack and gets hauled up the hill. Bueno. So I decided to fire up the old little generator for about 5 minutes. I'm trying to fix the wife's Crocs that have holes in them, which means she steps on muddy water. It sort of just like geysers up into her sock and makes a little muddy sock spot. It's gross. Anyway, I'm just trying to dry them out. I don't really have like a source of heat, a hair dryer, a thing, or something else, but the generator makes a ton of heat. So I got them propped up back there. There we go. Where it's nice and warm. Now what's interesting, all the solar panels and the sun is reasonably out. It's mostly cloudy. The sun peeks through every so often. But what's interesting, what I'm getting to, is that all those solar panels and that generator, the generator is only adding 25%. The panels are doing 3/4. Silently, cleanly, wonderfully. Stinky loud generator, yeah, chugging along at like 3/4 load, 25%. We try not to use it. It's only for, you know, dire emergencies, conditions where you have to. But it's just interesting. You always have to have a backup of some sort when you're dealing with power, or at least you should. I mean, you don't have to. That's ours. The CROCS are great around the house kind of wear. Problem, I don't know if you can see that, is that they are just, man, they're really just getting thin on the ball of the feet, where they get a lot of pressure. The other problem is you can see the holes. A piece of grit gets in there, gets stuck, and then proceeds to continue to grind it away. There's one. So, after do a little cleaning, a little drying, and picking out the little bits of granite, I'm going to take some gray RTV. Fill these, smooth the area, wrap it with shrink wrap, rebuild the area to flat to bring back a little thickness. We've used this before to fill the holes, and it holds pretty well to this material. So I have a pretty solid chance of it being a good repair, not just peeling off. Yep. I find that these always dry up really fast. Even just putting the cap on, I take a piece of Teflon tape, water plumbing tape, put it over, seal it down. This hasn't been used in months, and it is still totally liquid there. Well, we do have a tiny bit of separation at the first bit. Just get rid of that. Ah, the rain. Luckily we have a bit of roof. It is good roof. We are thankful for it. For those that helped us, oh my gosh, thank you. You are the reason we are being able to continue on. We were making a bunch of daub. Sand is in, clay is in, towel is in, and now the shavings are in. I'm going to take over for a minute and let my wife's lovely arms rest.
It's more my leg.
Yeah. Here we go. Bucket of smooge. Handfuls of smooge. Wall full of smooge. I'm sure someone's going to say, why didn't you just put up drywall? What do you think about drywall there, dear?
That was the least fun I've ever had in my entire life. And then I had to paint it.
Yeah. The clay is much stronger, much cheaper, more robust.
Not toxic?
Not toxic, more pleasant in a lot of ways. It actually, if you look up clay walls and clay homes, it's actually one of the fastest growing of the like boutique sort of like luxury home things. People request clay walls. They're a little more fragile, but they have all sorts of wonderful properties, and people just say that the air quality, the space is improved. And then on a rainy day, level of sun 5,000. All of a sudden the sun comes out and it is gloriously warm on what was a rainy day. Okay, heading back to the house site. Daub, waddle, things, hobbling around. We'll get to that in a minute. We're operating at reduced capacity. We've operated at reduced capacity for like a month now. First by some weird virus thing that I got sick first.
No, I got sick first this time.
And then in the midst of, and I had a low-grade fever for like a week, and in the midst of that, we thought we had a rabies exposure. We were going through the hospital thing stuff. Gave ourselves like our first shot.
You're probably not supposed to do, but
Not supposed to.
it was a better choice than the potential of rabies death.
Right. We have to do something, or we'll wait for some other people to figure something out. And time is money, as they say. We made that choice. But yeah, so then we were sick. I'm still not fully recovered from that. It is the longest, slowest recovery. My head's not right.
I've heard everywhere has had some, like, in the whole world, I have heard these stories of, like, strange, like, really long illnesses.
I've heard even Idaho. Donnie was saying, he goes, oh yeah, he goes, there's like a worldwide epidemic. He goes, and there he was sick.
It's weird.
We have nothing in common.
No, we're far away. I don't know.
It's very strange. Anyway, so we get sick. I got sick again.
No, the kid got sick.
And the kid went down hard.
He went down really, and he's never sick.
Never.
So he got so sick.
And he just had like crippling tension headache thing, which has never happened.
I think his first real headache. And then
just crying.
And then fever, and it was terrible.
So then now, finally, we get a call from the medical place of like, hey, we actually got your rabies vaccine in. Oh, great. They're like, oh, come like right now and do it. And we're like,
Well, our road is also blown out.
Like a little warning, maybe, you know. Yeah, and we had to go manually shovel our road. And, okay. We have not felt well in a month. So now, we just had our first official rabies vaccine yesterday. I'm tolerating it somewhat. I collapsed on the kitchen table for a little while. Out of
I don't even know what happened to you.
exhaustion, headache thing, something. The wife's been trying to soldier through it, but her injection site, like, it's just this huge. If you hid a softball under her skin, you know, at an airport, they'd try to like you're smuggling.
It's bad.
It's causing her not to walk right. The kid and I, minor discomfort. Slight headache, slight malaise.
That's what they call it.
Malaise.
No, mine's bad. I'm struggling.
That was my one fear. We debated not even doing it. We're like, did we really have exposure?
The first ones we did I had the same reaction. So I was concerned about doing it again. But I was like, well, maybe this one's different. Maybe my body will understand now, or it won't have such a response, or something.
The kid's not having as strong a response. No. I'm not having the huge response. It's kind of normal, but she's having a fairly major one. Anyway, so we're doing our vlog here, and we're just trying to keep everything alive.
Soldier on.
Including the pig.
Pig is struggling.
Yeah, she's got a pretty gnarly wound on one side. It's just a bed sore, but ground sore. She's ground contact. There's grit and water
and there. She's trying to move, so she's rubbing herself into clay and sand muck.
She wore a hole clean through, and then it continued further.
And the chickens found it. As they do.
So we just went and tried to wash it as best we could, and pack it with cream and bandage it.
Oh, it's the fact that I can't actually like squat or kneel down currently.
Yeah. Life's been rough around here. But now we're gonna get back to.
It's like 3:30. We don't have that much time left.
We really want a house.
So bad. We are currently standing in your room.
My room, which is going to be the first spot done at this rate, because it's the only spot with a roof.
Oh, and the bathroom.
And the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I have to mix up another batch of Daub.
Yep. So we'll do the magic of moving camera. There we go. So she's got lovely wall.
Want to show my not anymore nest thing?
Yeah. You can see how that's one-sided mud. Usually she does both sides at once, but because ladder, she kind of one-sided it. There's the old sink. It's coming together. There's a little shelf we added in. Now this is just the first coat. Subsequent coats will make it flatter and smoother. That's my hand. So these are gonna get cut down. This is a half wall, the kitchen, and then there's a bench that goes in here and turns a corner, and then there's a table. This is our like main eating area. So we're gonna have this huge open kitchen, counter against the wall, half wall, and it goes all the way to there. The house is really kitchen centric. We think that is something that is absolutely missing for most houses. They have this tiny little sad hole kitchen in a corner and a hallway.
These days it's a giant living room.
But a giant living room with a huge TV and a thing of you should concentrate more on your eating and your food and less on your TV. You may not look terrible and unhealthy, as seems to be the norm. We don't have a TV room. We do have a tiny little projector. Ape Man was the name of it. Chinese. It's called Ape Man. It's a tiny little projector, but it's like DVD quality. So at some point we're going to set it up, and we'll hang a bed sheet and the occasional pirated movie, or some of the DVDs that we have that are so old they go back to our youth. Yeah, good times. Continue on.
Oh, evening dog walk. With landslide. It's actually been here quite a while. Week or so. And we can still get by. So we're not terribly concerned, but pretty sure it's all going to leave at some point. There are a lot of closed roads really all over the country right now in the rainy season. So the fact that we can even get by on our little road is awesome. Here's another one. This one was actually in the road, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And we had to bushwhack our way back in. Oh, there's a child and a dog. But just our little road. It's not so bad when we get by. In fact, it has stopped raining. And it's actually rather beautiful. This is where we walk to see if we still have a road. Oh, look, there's still a road. It is a question every single time we walk around the corner, whether there's still going to be a road. It really doesn't look like that much when you're on the road, but when you step over and realize you are literally standing on kind of nothing, that's not so great. Especially right here, where all the water is pouring off. Woo. That's what we call undermining. Oh boy. Take bets to see how long this lasts. That's less than ideal. When they run up to see right around this corner, there's another part that likes to slide down. So how is it?
Oh, good.
Good? Okay.
Thanks.
Parrots. Bye, parrots. What you got there?
One of these orchids.
They're so pretty. They seem to grow on all the like little hillsides.